Oh my gosh, this is happening right now. Oh my gosh, welcome everybody, welcome. What a moment to be alive. What a moment to launch Peace Week. Some of you know what I mean, Lashana Tova. This is the birth of the new world. The new earth is rising, and I can't be in a better place than be sitting right here next to you. Wow. What a ride. What a moment.
Oh,
So, Peace Week. A lot of people have been doing a lot to prepare for what's unfolding. This 99-day journey started back in World Unity Week. People have put missions forward. Started to prepare now for Peace Week. Go through the 23rd, which will be the 99th day. It includes the International Day of Peace on the 21st, which is the last day of the 11 days of global unity that we, the world has been doing. And everybody knows it's time. Everybody knows it's time. So, radical collaboration. We've been teaming up. We've been learning to listen, to know each other, love each other, care for each other. Right now, human beings being able to care and be humane more than ever. AI doesn't care. You do. And it's that love and it's that fuel of everything that has brought us to this point. We have such grateful appreciation for you, Creator, to sustain us and to remind us to awaken and remember what we've left along the trail. So we've got a lot to do today. We want to tell people what's going on, but we want to begin appropriately with prayer. And it's no accident that Summer and I would end up coming up here, and that Ben is on a plane flying in from Melbourne. Yeah, just the commitment on the part of so many people. Becky and Marina and Anna Marie and Cara and the team, Harry. I mean, when I had the toughest time knowing that this was happening and the people were here doing this event, I thought, I am so grateful. And what a perfect time to pray. So I'm right here with you, brother. You have gifted us all with so much wisdom. Would you please take on the ceremony and the prayer and bring us into form?
So brother, let's take this sacred medicine here. And as we relate to sacred medicine, let us all truly understand that each of us is a sovereignty, ancient, imperishable, everlasting. Let's get for pointing again. Yeah, we'll get that fire
we
going.
want this
deep,
fire
deep,
going,
deep. We
that's
want
right.
it going because I'll tell
We're
you
in no rush.
where we're going. I mean, it's going to burn away all the hurt and pain.
Mm.
It's going to burn away all the veils that have kept us from understanding who we are, understanding that our relatives are closer than our closest vein. They're right here helping us, just as we pray for them, they pray for us. We're here, there. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Mm.
Creator of the universe, most beloved one, all powerful one, most kind one, most compassionate one, ever forgiving one, O most sublime one, O ancient of days, O blessed beauty, we call upon your holy power with our hearts full of gratitude that we have lived to see this sacred day, the day that shall not be followed by night. And as we enter International Peak Week, moving towards the conclusion of 99 days of peace through unity, we pray with all our soul, to the very core, the inmost chambers of our heart, we might all join together during these next sacred days and dedicate ourselves to becoming one and understanding of the prior unity and oneness of the human family, the intimate relationship of all life, and the hurt of one is a hurt of all, and the honor, the upliftment, the healing of all, of one, is honor, upliftment, and healing of all. So, Creator, we just give you thanksgiving at this time, and as we enter these sacred days, we call upon all the tribes and nations of the East, from where comes the red sunrise, to come together in unity and harmony and peace and love and understanding, has been prophesied and promised this day would happen. In Takashawakanta, we call upon all the tribes and nations of the South, from where comes new life. They might come together in unity and harmony, kindness and love, as prophesied. And we call upon all the tribes and nations of the West, from where comes thunder, lightning, and rain. They might come together in unity and harmony and love and compassion and forgiveness, as had been prophesied. We call upon all the tribes and nations of the North, from where comes the white snow, the purifying north winds, to purify our hearts and minds, so that all remains their sacred connection to the Creator and all the holy beings and sacred relatives that stand and are close around us. We ask that, Creator, in a good way, with great thanksgiving, and we thank you for all the powers of Father Sky. We ask to understand throughout all creation what it is to be a good grandfather, good father, good son, good nephew, a good grandson, a good brother, a good husband, a good friend. And that way we ask forgiveness for the awkward ways in this overabundance of masculine qualities that has brought us to this very, very sad time in which our human family is awakening to who we are. So we know that whatever comes in our life comes for a higher purpose. And we pray that way. And Nikashla, we humble ourselves before our beloved Mother Earth and all her sacred relatives and representatives of womankind. And we ask, Creator of all good things, that we awaken in this physical world of time and space the spiritual reality of the oneness and the equality of what different cultures call women and men.
Mm.
To understand the soul has no gender. The soul has no ethnicity. The soul has no class. The soul is a reflection, Creator, of the oneness of your beauty, your love, and your harmony. And we ask that that might be understood.
Mm.
And we say again, our gratitude for all our mothers given us, all the teachings, all those that inhabit upon this mother, but especially remembering today, all our little animal relatives. Let us truly understand they feel the same pain we do physically. They love their children as we love their children, and each and every one have a lesson to teach us. Let us remember that, Creator, and teach our children kindness to animals. Kindness to animals and to all life. And now I want to share this sacred prayer for unity from the holy, what we would call the Holy Land, but from those lands where so many great teachers have walked the earth. Oh my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal unto them thy great purpose. May they follow in thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor, and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, lead them not to themselves, but guide their steps to the light of knowledge, and cheer their hearts for thy love. Verily, thou art their helper, the Lord. Almichante washte alo, shunk manohe meado, chinupasapa meado, halmichante washte. In closing, our Dakota people say, my name is Shunk Mano, a leader of warriors who takes the best of his best horses. My name is Chinupasapa, a sacred black pipe board of thunder, lightning, and rain, and I stand fully responsible before the Creator for all my words and my actions, and I wish with all my soul and heart that these next days are going to be global transforming. That just as much as all these incredible changes are happening in technologies, let us remember, Mitaki Epi, it can be the same in the spiritual world as it is. These last years have positioned us now, all of us together. We have the platform. We have the guiding principles. We have the collective vision. And now it's simply the healing of our own hearts so we really truly can work together in unity and diversity. And that comes from the fundamental understanding of the oneness of our human family and all life. So we give thanksgiving again. And I look forward to hearing from our relatives who have worked so much, so long, each and every one of us, to bring a beautiful part of the fabrics of this universal peace that's emerging upon our sacred mother. Aho, brother.
Oh,
Aho.
oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Aho.
Yes, we are grateful. We have everything,
Oh.
including these challenges.
Oh.
That's part of the journey.
Mhm.
That's what's uniting us. Not just the urgency, but the privilege to be alive at this time.
Yes.
To serve at this time.
Oh.
When I think of Creator and I think that this is the new earth rising, this is the day for this. We've given all the signs to us to tell us, take this seriously.
Oh.
Do it with love and compassion and empathy.
Oh.
When you see, when everyone gets to see what everyone's been up to, it's just unbelievable. The dedication and devotion. So the courage, the strength, the endurance we need, may these days build that fire.
Oh.
May you realize that being a good relative is the point of the game. And there's a future generations looking to us. So I'm thrilled. I want you to know what's going on. So let's start by sharing. I want people to see what the folks on this call and many others have been doing to prepare. So hold on. I'm going to do, and let's bring Becky on as well. Becky's going to help. And we're going to identify folks that are in the room. We have Tezekiah coming from Pathways of Peace with some youth.
We have, welcome everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, so grateful. And John, you know, can I just light a candle and ask everybody to to bring a candle if they have one, just to open this ceremony with one of the elements as well. It's so extraordinary. So if you have a candle, I'm seeing a shared screen right now too, which is fine.
That's right. That's right. I'm going to stop sharing, but we'll come back to this.
Just take a moment, because I think there's a couple things that people would be expecting us to do right now. And so I'm honored to light this flame. Light this flame for the creative possibility within each of us, for the collaborative, co-creative possibility that we are, that we embody in this beloved community, that we animate, that we bring to life in this new earth rising, in this one world that we share together. We light this flame. We honor the fire, the spark of the divine in each of us that connects us. We honor our ancestors, the ancient people, the ancient elders who are here among us now, wanting this moment for us, revering this moment, celebrating this moment with us. Feel them. Speak out loud, the ancestors that you know are here right now with us. Mm. Mm. So many beloveds. We are held by so many. And then we honor the progeny, the future generations, the next generation, the seventh generation. We honor all of this love work and healing work that we're doing right now for the beloved future humans. We love you, humans. We will be there for you when you need us, the way our ancient elders, our ancestors are here for us right now. We are this living space in between the future and the past, and we are animating love here together during this Peace Week and beyond. So light your candle. If you have a digital candle, whatever you have, an imaginary candles, put that spark in front of you, beside you safely, and we'll honor this. And so the other thing that I think, John, that people might be waiting for is the ringing of the gong. Now, some of you know, because we've been hanging out in the hub for months now, that when we have something really good happen, that is, somebody steps up to help another brother, sister, sibling with their offering, we ring a gong. And so I'm going to ring my dad's gong right now. You'll hear this. I'm going to turn my background off so you can see this beautiful thing here. Hang on, and get this. I'm going to switch this off. And just take a second, and we honor this moment. And Mookie too, we honor this collaboration. Aho!
Wow. It's official.
Thank you, brothers.
Oh my God. Now, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, Becky. Thank you for bringing the reverence, reminding us again. And I want us to see what we've been doing. Part of the incredible thing that's happening here is people self-organizing, realizing that this is a chance to get to know each other. This is a chance to share our gifts. This is a chance to lift up what we're doing. So I'm going to go back to what I was showing you, which is on peaceweek.org. What happens is that page is the accumulation of everyone's proposal on what they want to present, all the room stewards working. If you go to peaceweek.org and you drop down the schedule, you can just begin to see. And each one of these, I mean, the 11 days of global unity we talked about, piecing life together, an intergenerational conversation at the collective table, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z. I mean, you don't know. That's part of the incredibleness about what we're capable of. This is swarm creativity. Be a guardian of Mayan wisdom, La Ventana's Sustainable Cultural Development Project, which Brand Earth is supporting, which is part of Four Worlds, and that's Adriana. We don't know. We really don't know who we're with and what we're up to. And I say that not like we should, but that's the genius of what we're doing together. This is a chance to get to discover things that you didn't even know were happening right here, with people that are right in front of you, you may not really understand or know. A practicable, scalable, true democracy. I mean, it goes on and on. So I'm only saying this to point out that if this is the peace week that I hope it will be, that we cannot even imagine sitting here today where we're going to be on the 23rd.
You know, brother, I think that that there's prophecy that has come fulfillment that you're talking about today. I think it's very important to nuance here. In 1975, we heard about these two elders who had come to Sweathouse Lodge in Belgrove and Birdstick and brought prophecies and teachings and so forth. So we had the opportunity to meet with them, and Abe would only speak in Cree, and then Eddie would translate to ensure that we understood it came directly from knowledge that had actually been passed on to them from another elder in the more southern area. And these prophecies have not only been fulfilled and are being fulfilled, but one of them is so profoundly has been fulfilled as we speak together and will further fulfill. They said, someday you young men are going to see the everywhere spirit made physically manifest in the world. That's why I could explain the concept. And when that day comes, you're going to be able to look into ahead of you and see people from other sides of Mother Earth and talk to them. They said anything that's been uncovered up in the snow, white snow, will be uncovered. All will be seen. And you will see miracles happen. I mean, things beyond your even imagination that you can't even imagine at this time will happen. And you will see that all people will come together, and all our prophecies about the future, the eighth council of fire, all these prophecies, they will come true. And this is what we're witnessing. We're seeing it as clear as the most beautiful sunrise on the most beautiful day in the most beautiful springtime, the day that shall not be followed by night.
Beautiful. And you know what? Just to acknowledge what's happening, we're sitting together in the studios of Hubcast, who's supporting Unity Earth. They're birthing Unity Earth TV. Their next program's on Tuesday. There's just so much goodwill coming together. Now, is Harry here? Because I want to build this bridge. Part of the tales of synergy that are happening are these actual partnerships that are coming into form. Oh my gosh. So I said to everyone when we started, it's the Rosh Hashanah, Lashana Tova. And Harry, that video you sent got all of us laughing over here. Build this bridge with us. Take a few minutes. Actually, Summer's remind I have apples and honey here, Harry.
Oh, good.
Okay, I've got the apples
good.
and the honey. Because, right, tell us, why do we have the apples and the honey? This is Harry Uvegi, founder of Brand Earth, and now partner with Four Worlds, with Love and Tana, with Anna Marie. It's all, please, Harry.
What a blessing, and what a beautiful blessing from you, Brother Phil, and a happy and a healthy New Year. Shana Tova to everyone. And we take the brilliance of an apple and dip it in honey for the best wish for a happy New Year.
Oh God, I don't think sticker off. All right.
Amen to that.
Very good.
I would just happen to have come back from services from this morning. And while I was sitting in amongst the people at synagogue, I ended up reading a commentary on a particular prayer that I wanted to share with everyone. I thought that was quite extraordinary, especially since we heard Brother Phil and the beautiful prayer going forward. So the question is, we all pray, but is prayer answered? If God is changeless, how can we change him by what we say? Even discounting this, why do we need to articulate our requests? Surely God, who sees the heart, knows our wishes even before we do, without our having to put them into words. What we wish to happen is either right or wrong in the eyes of God. If it is right, God will bring it about even if we do not pray. If it is wrong, God will not bring it about even if we do. So why pray? The classic Jewish answer is simple but profound. Without a vessel to contain a blessing, there can be no blessing. If we have no receptacle to catch the rain may fall, but we will have none to drink. If we have no radio receiver, the sound waves will flow, but we will be unable to convert them into sound. God's blessings flow continuously, but unless we make ourselves into a vessel for them, they will flow elsewhere. Prayer is the act of turning ourselves into a vehicle for the divine. Prayer changes the world because it changes us.
Oh, beautiful,
That was written by the
beautiful.
the Chief Rabbi Jonathan Sachs of England, who's no longer with us. And I found that to be extraordinarily profound at this point in time, that we are the vessel. All of us in this radical collaboration of the 99 days have created a vessel of immense proportions, of the ability to create a peace week that actually will become more visible. And I'm just in awe of everyone that sits here now, are part of that growth and that expansion for the peace that we all seek. So thank you. And in terms of the notion of how Brand Earth is committed to this realm, is based on that principle of how we take into account who we are, where we are in this special moment, of how we collaborate with each other, how we love each other, how we continue to expand on our efforts to share this with everyone across the planet. Besides the planet, even into the cosmos. There is no boundary for us. We sit here thinking we're so small amongst the immense amount of people on the planet. 8 billion is a small number, but collectively we create this much larger output and outcome. And in this week of reflection that starts today for the next 10 days and ends on the day of Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year, called the Day of Atonement. At this point in my life, I began to understand that within the context of atonement, there is the same definition of at-one-ment. We have the opportunity to be the oneness that we seek, because we are the oneness that we have been since the beginning of time. We just lost our path. It's time for us to renew our path back to our original principles, our actual design, as a divine being having a human experience and having a better chance of being a human during this experience. So when we get back to the other side, we could all become, we all recognize each other there. We can certainly recognize each other here now. So for the rest of this week and for the remainder of every process that we engage with each other, have the ability to continue along this path in a loving way. Amen.
Amen. Oh. You know, the synergy, okay, I'll just point out a few things. Generosity of Brand Earth is one of the sponsors of the 99 Days and Peace Week and now and World Unity. But then Anna Marie, working with Four Worlds, is headed to be at Split Rock, where Harry's going to be joining with Clarissa and Linda and what Chief Perry has there. And she's doing that on her way because she told us the other day, Amsterdam 750 is coming, and Harry's mission of the Manhattan Project, the incredible healing that's potentially there between the Lenape and the Dutch in the 75th anniversary of Amsterdam. That's the seed they're planting with her there. Before she comes out to be with you, and the connection that Brand Earth has with taking the principles that you just put into place in Palenque out into the world so that the mission of Brand Earth and For World, which is unifying the human family, gets manifest and realized. It's just, this is what is magic. These are the tales of synergy. And with Adriana, who Brand Earth is supporting, and her work with Mayan Wisdom, and now as the Four Worlds Executive Director, I mean, look, God, if this is not meant to be, it's just like you leave yourself in awe. How could this have been written? This is some Steven Spielberg movie. I feel I'm living with you guys here. Harry, we love you so. Anna Marie, Adriana, Phil. Huh. Crazy.
Yeah. You know, brother, what's so clear is so even beyond the murmur of souls, the world of names, is to begin to understand that this moment, this grand sacred design that we're part of, was already enshrined in those worlds even prior to this world of time and space. That this whole evolutionary process, as Samson so beautifully points out, right, is alive in every being. And while it manifests differently in physiological ways in this world of time and space, the processes underlying this sacred power, this something sacred moving, as we call it, is manifest, including in the growth and development of our human family. And so here we are naturally coming to that point where the moments come where we begin emerging from the birth canal. And that's where we're at. That we've been in the birth canal. Now, that does not mean that others or others have to be in the same moment we are, because in time, in the spiritual world, there's no time and space. So everybody is in their own process. But for those that happen to be in the process at this point, where we really sense this transformation of our souls occurring and entering into a whole new state of consciousness, leaving behind the adolescence of our human family, where we're still attracted to and to the material world and to our passions, et cetera, while at the same time we're entering into the spiritual dimensions of who we are. And then there's that struggle that goes on between these powers of this physical world of time and space in this body we've been given by the Creator to in a way be our mentor in how to reach the spiritual. Because without that struggle that takes place, because we're attached to the physical things of this world of time and space, you know, old intergenerational trauma, all these different things, attachment to the senses, especially the senses, or utilizing substances outside ourselves, like alcohol or whatever, which, you know, I've certainly known in my life, because you have this pain and hurt. But now, what's so beautiful is we've come to this time when we truly are the spiritual umbilical cords, each and every one of us, to the degree we purify our hearts and minds, to our entire human family and those beyond, because they're praying for us just as we pray for them and are closer than our closest family. Just some thoughts to share.
Yeah, wow. And you know, one thought that you shared that I want to just point to, I know it'll get everyone smiling who knows this, is you're honoring of Dr. Tamsin.
Yes.
Because it's that spirit and science world that's seeing the oneness here. And when she talks about the nature of place, it's always you go back to the First Nations, who are the original people here. So the wisdom of the indigenous world, meaning the science of biomimicry and all the genius that's available to us to learn from nature, that's been happening here. That's part of the 90. You told me the paper you were writing, thinking about the paradigms, which is what we've been doing with Tamsin in the 99 days of radical collaboration by teaming up. So more and more synergy, more and more sense that this is the right moment for all of us. All right. So Anna Marie or Adriana, would you want to share? I want you to.
Yeah, Adriana, please go ahead. You're on mute. You're on mute.
And bring Harry back, because Harry's connected to what's going on with Adriana and Anna Marie as well. Yeah. We're not...
Thank you so much, beloved relatives. And here we are in Peace Week, realizing that every instant is an opportunity to be in peace within. So we can achieve peace amongst our families, our communities, our countries, our planet, our Mother Earth in loving balance. As Dr. Thompson says, we are a system, a living system that we want to bring in balance. And I would truly love to honor all and each of you who have walked this pathway of unification, and especially to our beloved brother, Chief Hereditary Feeling Jr., who has showed us the way in the last 52 years of mapping the road of the prophecy of the eagle, condor, quetzal, and hummingbird, and lovingly sharing the message that he received by the elders of the South, the condor in Lake Titicaca 50 years ago. And I couldn't less but talk about our brother John Raymer, showing us through his patience, his love, his devotion, his courage to walk together in diversity, closing that gap that we have made believe there is amongst Western and Indigenous mentality. These two divine masculine representatives that are here together, walking in loving harmony with their sacred divine feminine by their sides, their beautiful women, our beloved Summer and our beloved Sutita. What a beautiful way to show us how and where to walk.
Oh.
Seeking to align our minds, our hearts, our spirits in one body of many bodies. We are bringing here to our beloved community where we belong while we share and water our mouths with that apple and honey being shared. Thank you.
Yes.
We're bringing here our gifts. Here we are, mothers, fathers, youngsters, the children, the ones who are not with us anymore, but sustain us with their borderless love. Here are the visionaries, the entrepreneurs, the elders, the medicine people, the guardians, the artists, the weavers, the chaskis, the rainbow bridges through bridging continents, ready to bring our offerings, our seeds, our flowers, our thoughts, our economical resources. We are here, the circular economy experts, the healers, the elders, the biobuilders, the technology that will help us clean our waters, our soils, our oceans, our rivers, and every stream on the planet. We are here now on purpose with love, will, and wisdom as guide, as Brother Harry, our Brand Earth founder, has told me. In alignment through synchronicities, uplifting each other in radical collaboration. Thank you, Dr. Townsend, for the centuries of patience that has been calling us for evolution. We are here now. Unity Earth, Sign Network, Brand Earth, Four Worlds International, Purpose Earth, One World, The Hague Center, Unify, Holo Movement, Spiritual Life, Halfcast Media, IAHC, Great Transformation Stories, and so many more. Is that a dream come true or what? Thank you. Thank you, oh Creator, for letting us be the living prophecy that you have designed for this beautiful Mother Earth and our beloved human family. Aho.
Oh. And you know,
Wow.
your sister, you have to say, oh, we're praying. And you mentioned that honey and apple.
Yes.
I started really getting hungry for a piece of apple.
There you go.
And so, if it's within Jewish protocol,
you
I
can
can have a Sunday.
Totally, of course.
Okay, good. I didn't mean to be thinking about honey and apples, but I guess it's in the spiritual
Sweetness.
sense. I was thinking of a higher thing.
No, with each dip, it's a little sweeter.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it. Hail to the sacred fount.
Mm.
My gosh.
What
Wow.
a sharing. Thank
John, I'm gonna
you.
listen to that one again. That was incredible.
Absolutely.
Oh, Anna Marie. I know it's not so easy to follow. I was deep.
I don't need to say much. Thank you, Leanna, for those beautiful words. And
Oh,
yeah, if I just remember and remind us of the opening of World Unity Week, where we started also with this, this year to do this arc with these 99 days and to formulate our missions, and where we are now and where the world is now.
Oh.
And I feel for myself as a woman being invited into this, like you were also sharing and pointing out, Adriana, the calling and the space and the trust that you, John, and of course Brother Phil, but also men like Harry and like Emmanuel and of course Ben, and the courage and the space to just wait till we dare to stand up as women, because sometimes we just need a little bit more space to really connect. And then I'm just sharing from my own personal experience, if I can then really trust that I could just follow my heart, and that's the invitation that you make, and that I can just be as crazy as what comes forth and bring that then into some kind of form and words and continue and be encouraged by that. I think that's part of how I have experienced and also heard in our weekly Bridging Continents calls with the group there, where we were practicing that again and again, that love and light can flow, and that somehow we are, even if we are devastated or in pain, we can still come into that sense of love and light that gives us a perspective to continue and to hold on to it and to move forward and to come into this and stay in this co-creative space. And I really, in that sense, honor you as men and the masculine in us all, inviting us so that we can more and more come into that space where synchronicity as serendipity can guide us more. And that if we pay attention, we can continue to do that. Like you started, John. How is it possible we're here? It's partly because of that. So thank you so much. And I'm really, really excited to listen to all these missions, how we're struggling or completing or inspired or doing something totally different than we started off with. It doesn't really matter. It's the intention that we, again, make that choice again and again and again to practice, to put love in action. Thank you.
Wow.
And I think that what men are awakening to is the most precious gift that the Creator has given humanity, to our human family, is womankind. And the reason I say that is that really, in a physical sense, we are just a brief moment in the conception of life. Brief moment. But from that brief moment, womankind takes and nourishes within their womb and all the things they go through, including the birthing of a child. And the reality, they're the first educator of the child. And yet we men, I think, are awakening to that preciousness, because without, and by the way, that does not mean that if you don't have a child, somehow you're not equal human being, because the most important thing is those who become your spiritual children. That is, those that we awaken our own children, that we have a responsibility to, and when we do that, we have many spiritual children. So I'm not saying we want to win that argument, but I am saying that men are beginning to awaken to the sacredness of women. And what do you do when you have the most precious things you ever think of beyond words? You protect that sacredness. And if you physically, by the way, there are women that could way stronger than some men, but if we look by and large, it's our duty to give our lives if necessary to protect the future generation and to protect womankind. And I think we're truly awakening to that.
John, can you put the
That-
sound up from you both? Because it's
Sound
quite
up, hard to hear.
Yes, you both need, if you could both speak a little bit more loudly, it would be
Okay.
much more easier for us to follow and for everybody else. So if you could, yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you both.
because,
Phil.
Yes.
I want you to hear this. So I'm glad you
Yes.
asked.
A little bit louder.
Even louder. Okay, maybe
That's
Peter. could I
right.
do something?
That's right.
I don't know what. Okay, maybe Peter's not here. But anyway, I'm going to shout, okay, because I want this to be heard. All right. There's two worlds I see. We talked about bridging here. Actually, four. Two times they showed up in this conversation. That's worth pointing out for me, I think. The indigenous world, the access, the connection we've had since 2008. That so many of my relatives know that there's healing to be done there.
Mhm.
And there's an important opportunity. And the bridge that we represent together is incredible, as is this masculine and feminine. And the wisdom that you carry, Anna Marie, and the idea of healthy helping, that we know our sacred gender roles, and that we understand that we can together learn and use our strengths. And listen, I just want to point out what Anna Marie's been doing. She has the courage and the strength. She went down to Palenque to be in the jungle with the council. She's started the Bridging the Continents. She's working at the Hague Center, working on compassion in AI, and that way the Sophia robot. She's working with Nina Meyerhoff and One Humanity Institute. There's so much genius. You talk about social innovator and collaboration. But the truth is, we don't really advocate for each other enough. She would never let you know that. It's not who she is. She just does the work. She keeps doing the work. And now she's going to come with Harry and taking on this project. And she's doing it. She's not getting paid a lot of money. She's not getting paid to do it. She's just saying, it's important. So this idea of healing between the Dutch and the Lenape and Manhattan and the birth of Brander, she says, I got to come to Split Rock. I got to be there. That is a faith above reason, Anna Marie. I climb any mountain with you.
And I believe also we have to have a whole different look and understanding of quote unquote Europe. One of the, and somehow because of our hurt or whatever, because of what people have done in the name of their nation or their church or whatever. For instance, I've been really honored to really come in connection with our Irish relatives, our Irish First Nations.
John, a little bit higher.
You see,
Louder.
I'm very happy to have come in contact with our Irish relatives
Yes.
and the Irish people, because what I was saying is we must have a whole new look at Europe and the world and understand the history behind what's happened today. And so I'm saying that when we see how many Irish perished from literal genocide, how many died from hunger that was purposeful, we understand they have suffered as we've suffered here. But at the same time, we go over and see this is repeated over and over in history, like even in the Netherlands with Friesland and what happened with Friesland and that whole history there and those tensions still. So we have to be able, I think, to enter into this place where we can really see it all and see it part of a greater process that's leading us to today. So we have to take a different look at Europe and the inner things of Europe. We have to take a different look at Southeast Asia and India. What really, I mean, here India was one of the greatest civilizations on, to humanity. I mean, all these different backgrounds, sure, they had a different government system. No, that doesn't mean we have to go back to that, but what do we do now? We know the potential's there. In fact, if we really look at the core of it, every single society has been gifted in a different way. So we know we have that power. We know we have that potential. How do we unlock it and unify it?
Right. In fact, that's, as we know from radical collaboration by teaming up, evolving potential. That's the thing. All right. So listen, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of people here too. So Becky, come back here. And let's make sure, is Tez here? Because she's got some youth and we want to make
Tez
sure.
is here. Yes. Hang on.
All right. And
And
what
so,
else am I missing? Because I'm so
So
engaged in
we
this
wanted, we got the note to you about the sound, and you guys sound a little louder.
All right,
And
Good.
We're
We're
spotlight
talking
you.
louder.
That's fantastic. And so, yes, there is a beautiful group of young people here with Tezekiah. And John, I don't know if you can go ahead and make Tezekiah a Zoom co-host, and I'll do my best to spotlight everyone that you invite to share, Tez, and welcome to everyone here.
I am just so honored and delighted to be here. And I'm really excited about our next gen peace builders who are here with me. We actually have 5 of our next generation peace builders in the room. And I'm going to let all of them know the sequence of when I'll be calling on them. Renor, and then Emma, Lexi, Catherine, and Ava. And so we also have seen that a lot of our next gen peace builders were working today. So we have 4 that may pop in. And if they do, then I'm going to try to allow enough space for them to speak as well. So each one of them has 3 to 5 minutes. And at the end, I'm going to allow my amazing colleague, as the young peace builders say, Mr. George Anthony, kind of wrap up. And George is not quite here yet, but he will be coming in. So let me begin by saying our young peace builders might not know that Avon Madison is being honored through this 99 days of peace through unity. And so, of course, we can feel her presence. Some of our youth that will be speaking had a very close relationship with Avon. And when any volunteer comes to Pathways to Peace and would like to work with us, we always ask the question, what would make your heart sing? Because if they can identify that, then we know we can make a match that's mutually beneficial. So every one of the next gen peace builders in the room today had a vision for their work. And we have attempted to provide a platform for them to realize those individual visions. And so, for example, with Renor Johnny, he had a vision of a nuclear-free Albania. With Emma, she's our technology guru, so she has lots of opportunity to play out that skill. With Lexi, she uses her voice. She's an incredible singer. She uses her voice for peace. I think most of you know that that all of the work we do at Pathways to Peace is collaborative, and that we have a special commitment to intergenerational collaboration. And just the mere fact that our next gen peace builders are here demonstrates that commitment. They are all peace builders in most extraordinary ways. So I'm going to let them speak, and then I'll introduce my colleague, George Anthony. He is the reason that we have youth at the table. So he deserves lots and lots of credit. And so I'm going to call on each one of you for your time. And you could say who you are, just a little bit about your work for peace. If you have anything you'd like to say about working collaboratively, working together, we'd love that. And so, Renor, I'd like you to come into view.
There you are.
Hello, Renor. And Renor had a very special relationship, was mentored by Avon. And so I've had the incredible opportunity to work with Renor now, I think for 6 years, Renor. So he is currently, among other things he'll tell you about, he is one of our youth representatives to the UN. So, and he's held that role for quite a few years now. Renor, I pass it to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Hezekiah. Hello, everyone, and fellow peace leaders. My name is Renor Yani, and I'm the program coordinator for the Nuclear Disarmament Advocacy and Research. Continue any further, I just ask that you please excuse any of the delays in my Wi-Fi connection is not that strong right now. So, but I just want to say it's an honor to join everyone today and for the opening ceremony of Peace Week as we're approaching International Day of Peace on September 21st. Our program focuses on advocating for nuclear disarmament and for the adoption of the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, TPNW, in Albania. I established the program after receiving permission from my mentor, Avon Madison, to begin this important work at Pathways to Peace. The TPNW is the first treaty that bans the usage, testing, and production of nuclear weapons under international law. In our 2022 research study, we gathered the public opinion of Albanian citizens from 12 different regions on the TPNW and Albania's role in global nuclear disarmament. 98% of interviewed citizens shared that they want Albania to join the TPNW, and 90% stated that they believe Albania should be one of the first NATO states to join. The study allowed for civil society to voice their support for nuclear disarmament and how they want their government to take action. The importance of strong cooperation in forming new partnerships for peace building and a world free of nuclear weapons is an important aspect of our work. Most recently, I organized the Balkan Forum on Nuclear Disarmament alongside Pathways to Peace in Tirana, Albania at the Bunk Art 1 Museum. We had distinguished panelists such as the Ambassador of Ukraine, the Deputy Mayor of Tirana, the Secretary General of Red Cross Albania, the UN Office of Disarmament Affairs, ICANN, and other regional civil society experts give powerful remarks on the humanitarian impact of nuclear weapons, strengthening nuclear disarmament policies, and the importance of the TPNW. As mentioned in my conference opening remarks, all 9 nuclear-armed states have spent a total of $82.9 billion on nuclear weapons. That equals to over $157,000 per minute and $9,420,000 per hour. This reflects the need for these funds to be redirected to support human needs that can actually improve human lives across the world instead of destructive technologies. I also highlighted the importance and the role of cities in nuclear disarmament to the deputy mayor, since cities are usually the largest targets for nuclear attack. I encourage the municipality of Tirana to join strong peace networks such as Mayors for Peace and to sign the ICANN Cities Appeal to further uphold their commitment to supporting safe and resilient cities, nuclear disarmament, and voicing their support for the TPNW. We are currently preparing for the upcoming second meeting of states parties to the TPNW that will be held at the United Nations in New York. It will serve as a great opportunity to hear more about the current progress that signatory states have achieved in implementing the treaty provisions of the TPNW, and it will be important to have non-signatory states join the discussions surrounding the treaty. With the current war in Ukraine and more European countries obtaining nuclear weapons like Belarus, it is important for NATO countries to strengthen their commitments for regional nuclear disarmament and follow practical steps towards joining the TPNW. I highly encourage all of you to see more of our work for nuclear disarmament at pathwaystopeace.org/programs/Albania. We'll also include a donation link in the conference chat. But it was really an honor to share more about our peace building work for nuclear disarmament with all of you today, and all amongst the huge, vast plethora of work that Pathways to Peace is doing for peace in various capacities. And I want to congratulate all of the organizations in support of Peace Week as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Renor, and thanks for hanging in there with an unstable internet. And Renor's is going to do some rebroadcasting of that Albanian conference on the 20th in the evening, Eastern time. So you can look for that in the May Peace Prevail on Earth room. Rebecca Teray has popped in and she's on break from work. So we're going to shift our sequence a little bit to capture what Rebecca has to share with us. Rebecca, I'm so glad you could make it in. So the floor is yours. Rebecca, we discovered that Rebecca had some deep ties in her family history with our project, our girl shelter in Guinea. So Rebecca was a key and is a key player with that project. So Rebecca, you can say anything you like. Go for it.
Well, firstly, I'd like to say thank you, Tez, for the awesome introduction. Every time she introduced me, I still think like, dang, we're talking about the same person here. I do want to say that I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm very grateful for the work that Pathways to Peace is doing right now, around the world and on a local level as well too. And what Tez was talking about in terms of my ties to the whole girls shelter in Guinea. So the head of the team that we're working with in Guinea is Sylvanus Bangura. Instantly, I saw his last name and I knew that it wasn't a Guinean last name. My family is from Sierra Leone, and Bangura is, if not the most common, is one of the most common surnames in Sierra Leone. So I asked him, I said, listen, I know Guinea's right next to Sierra Leone, but you know, some people, they're living in one place and they're from another. Are you from Sierra Leone? And he says, oh yes, I'm from Sierra Leone. And I'm like, oh, lovely, me too. What part of Sierra Leone? Come and find out as we talk more. Sylvanus is the head of this group that we're working with in Guinea, and he's from the same village as my father. Now, I thought that was spooky, but at the same time, I thought that this was just, it was almost a divine connection. It felt like us being in contact with each other. And one of my sisters is half Guinean. And I just think it's really beautiful. When it comes to intergenerational work, I think that it is so, so important to not only have the voices of those from a short time on earth, but also to have the voices of those that have been here for a while. Because oftentimes we that have been here for longer may not see nuances as opposed to those that are younger or have less experience than we'd like to say. I did not expect to learn as much as I did while working with this group in Guinea. I learned a lot about what the circumstances in Guinea are and how they mirror other African countries. I learned about the things in which you can do as a person to combat peace, but also be culturally sensitive. Well, not combat peace, but combat violence to obtain peace. And one last thing I feel was the greatest thing I learned was also how to be a team player amongst people that I felt like may know more than me, and how to value my own opinion despite being placed in a position where I'm like, I don't know if I should really be here or not. So once again, I'd love to give a very big thank you to you, Tez, and of course to the entirety of Pathways to Peace. And I think it's really beautiful what you guys are doing, and I'm very grateful to have been a part. Thank you.
Yes, and Rebecca is another one of our youth representatives to the UN. And tell them about what you're actually engaged with now in school.
Okay, so that is a very interesting question. At school, I am a chemistry major. Let me first begin there. I'm a chemistry major that is on the path to getting a PhD in the biomedical sciences. So whether that be bio, physics, chemistry, just anything that looks to do research in biomedical sciences. I just joined a program at my school that's dedicated to training students in the skills that they would need for grad school. So I just joined a synthetic inorganic chemistry lab, which directly aligns with what I want to do in the future. And yeah, that's what the plans are looking like right now.
And what year are you in college, Rebecca?
I'm in my junior year, so I am expected to graduate in 2025.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. You're amazing. Just like Renor. You can tell my pride is coming out with all of you. I just love you all so much. Emma,
Yes.
my beloved Emma. And how are you feeling today, Emma?
I am feeling much better. Thank you so much, Tez. So hi, my name is Emma DBAs. I am a freshman at the Catholic University of America. I am a politics major with an education minor, and I have been part of Pathways to Peace for now 7 years. The work that I do with Pathways spreads across from speaking at conferences to the behind the scenes with technology. My first role with Pathways was helping, and I'll never forget it, helping Tez out with the technology on one of the World Youth Days, and just was sitting there being like, I'm gonna go ask, see if she needs help, and I ended up helping and making sure that everything was working. And then from there, I had basically stepped my foot through the door, and I started doing the tech for most of the meetings. Then Tez and the wonderful Katie Carr asked me to be on their social media team, which I humbly accepted so that I can continue. So any posts that you see from Pathways to Peace on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are all done by an amazing team. And I am also a United Nations delegate for Pathways to the United Nations, as well as was the student representative for my 2 high schools last year and the year before that. A lot of things have been going on in the peace community, and I know that I will continue working to make a change in the world, especially with using my voice. I want to help people, help others in need find their voice, because everyone deserves a chance to speak up and speak out. That is one of the things Avon and Tez has taught me, to never be afraid of what you can truly do and always take that step ahead. And that which led me to becoming the Exceptional Young Women of Peace Award last year. And we just announced the current Young Women of Peace Award this year on Tuesday, which I attended to as well. That right there helps people find their voice, helps people find their ground, and can understand what the steps you have to take in order to achieve something so great, even if it's small steps at a time. And I'm going to leave you all with one saying that I always say at the end of every talk that I have: be the force that inspires change, be the change that makes a difference, because all it takes is one voice to change the world. Thank you.
Thank you. And Emma, how many times have you presented at the United Nations? In
Too
United
many to count.
Yes.
Way too many to count.
Yes. It's been a long time of your work.
And I cannot wait to continue.
Yes. You inspire us, Emma. And now our beautiful Catherine Volk. Catherine. Are you here, Catherine? There you are.
See next, I was a bit surprised. Hi everyone, my name is Catherine Volk. I'm currently in my senior year of high school, and I've been working with Pathways to Peace this is now my 4th year, which is kind of crazy. But for me, one of the biggest instruments of peace is education. I believe to truly create a peaceful future, we need to start with educating everyone. That includes older people who maybe did not get the chance to learn or haven't experienced like new things of today, all the way down to our young children starting kindergarten, 1st grade, to learn how they can build peace in the future, and especially in terms of diversity and inclusion and acceptance of all people. I've worked at a summer camp for many years now, and I've seen how children grow into people who, some grow into people who do have hate in their hearts as a result of their circumstances, but then you see others grow into the most loving, accepting, and beautiful human beings. And it has really shown me how education and the accessibility to learn about different people and culture and traditions truly shapes how we grow up. So with that, with the assistance of Pathways to Peace and TEDS and everyone, I'm working on creating my own program to give that education, to give young children that education about different cultures and traditions and different perspectives around the world. Like Emma and Rebecca and everyone else, I am a youth ambassador for Pathways to Peace. This Thursday, actually, I had the privilege of attending the Youth International Day of Peace at the United Nations in New York. And it's the 3rd year I've been involved in this. 2 years ago, I actually got to speak at the event, which was amazing. But it's always amazing to see how so many different types of people with so many different backgrounds come together to work for peace. People of all ages, generations, backgrounds, belief, coming together to promote our goal of building peace in the world. So that's pretty much it, I guess. I just, again, want to thank TEDS and everyone else for this amazing opportunity and to keep working on building peace in our world, and starting with us, starting with the youth. I know we've all heard we're going to be the next generation. We're going to be the generation to do this, that. We're going to be the generation to build peace. And I really hope that myself and everyone here today who are speaking, but we can encourage people across the world to be a part of our generation and be a part of our goals to build peace within our world.
Yes, thank you, Catherine. So beautiful as always. I'm so glad you could be here. So glad. And the next person, let's see, Lexi. I kind of got us out of order. Lexi, so if we can bring Alexis up. And she is an incredible singer. As we always say, she has the voice of an angel. And she uses her voice. We've given her some platforms to use her voice for peace and her work for peace. So I'm just going to give Becky and John a heads up that she's going to sing a song for us as her contribution today. Lexi, take it away.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Always great introductions by Tez. I'm Alexis Lombardo. I've been a youth representative for the Pathways to Peace since I was 14. So 6 years have gone by and I've met some pretty amazing people, and I'm always in awe of all of the dreams of peace that they have and the work they put in to make those dreams become a reality. So today I'm singing A Million Dreams for them. I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be a part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see. To the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lexi. So beautiful as always. And next is Eva. And please do look in the chat. All of you are getting just beautiful comments from the audience here. So Eva, there you are. Hello.
Hi, thank you so much. So hi everyone, my name is Evangelia and I'm currently a senior at St. John Vianney High School. I attended Modern Day Prep my freshman and sophomore year until they unfortunately had to shut their doors, but those 2 years have been the most memorable of my life. Throughout those years I did spend at Modern Day Prep, we were so lucky to have Mr. Anthony as part of our exceptional faculty. He's brought such wonderful opportunities to our school and I'm so lucky that I was able to be a part of them. I never knew I had the capability to create a change, but everything that we have done with Mr. Anthony had really opened my eyes and changed my perspective through life. Whether it was working on conflict resolution, creating a safe place for others, promoting peace, treating everyone with kindness, and so much more, we all as a group have had opportunities to take part in an action and create a change. We were always busy working on a new project in our Global Leaders class. We've had multiple opportunities to join panels and conferences to speak with ambassadors around the world. We've created presentations on multiple different topics, such as promoting peace and how to deal with conflict. We've created videos and uploaded them for everyone to see, promoting peace and to inspire a future generation, and so much more. Those were all amazing opportunities for us, and I'm so thankful that I was able to take part in this because it has changed me in such a positive way. This has actually inspired me to make a change and promote peace myself. My whole life, I always had a passion to help others, even if it was just a small, kind action. I always just wanted to do something. So to make that come true, I was able to get into contact with and speak with a hardworking and inspirational man from Uganda. He has his own mission where now, after a few years, is the guardian of 40 plus orphans. We're all fortunate enough to have running water, a roof over our heads, and meals to eat, and those children do not. And still seeing them all with a smile on their face shows how grateful they are for even the smallest things. Seeing them broke my heart, and I really wanted to help. When I spoke to him on the phone, he told me that a full 15-hour workday only gets them $3 to $5, and that's nothing in regards to taking care of all those children. I believe that getting together and helping them would make a huge difference in their lives. And because of that, I'm in the process of starting my own club in school to help and hopefully in the future find more missions and organizations to help. This has always been my dream, and now being able to live it is amazing. All of this is thanks to Mr. Anthony and the foundation that he has given me, so thank you. And I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to share this with all of you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And what a beautiful segue to our closing speaker. And it's Mr. George Anthony. And so George is our primary UN representative to the UN. And George is the head of the Global Leaders Institute. And with every one of our youth speakers today, George has been influential. Working together, George and I, George has this beautiful leadership track where he teaches, trains, brings kids to the UN, gives them exposure, and then through Pathways to Peace, we can expand that platform. And so it's, oh, George, we dance so well together, don't we? I just give you deep bows, my friend. And so you can just take a couple of minutes to close out our time. And before you do that, just let me give deep bows to our next generation peace builders. They are incredible. We learn from them, they learn from us, and together it creates a beautiful whole. So George?
Thank you, Tez, and thank you. What a beautiful safe space that we created here today. And we often say that we take this time and we look at this day, this Saturday, September 16th, and what did we do with this day? What did we do with this time? And at the same time, it's about creating a foundation that we can sort of move forward, but at the same time, take with us everything that we've learned, everything that we've gained, and all the relationships that we sort of fall into. And how do we take that forward? Hearing the voices today of Lexi and Emma and Eva and all the other young voices, but just it just gives us an idea that we're all in this together. And one of the things I know, Tez and I, we talk about this all the time, is in our field of peace building and in our field of peacekeeping and in our field of hope, is that you can't do it alone. And that's the key. It's just too much work. And so we need to lean on each other, and we need to lean on that sense that what brings us together, what binds us together, that spiritual sort of string that we're on this together, moving this world forward. And it requires a great deal of love, and it requires a great deal of hope, but at the same time, vision, and at the same time, moving towards other mentors. Pathways to Peace is filled with mentors. They're here today. All moving, giving ourselves, giving our heart, giving our time to everyone, to each one another. There's no, I think what I love about this field and about being in this group of Pathways to Peace is there are no egos. It's what can I do for you? How can we walk together? And how can we learn together? And what can I give you? It's just a beautiful space to be in, and it just sort of reinforces that idea that we are all in this together. Thank you, Eva, for using that word foundation. It's a foundation to build on. And what I believe in, what Emma can attest to and Lexi can attest to, and even Eva, is that peace doesn't come easy. It's work. And it's work in progress. We always say that look, I'm 64, I'm still a work in progress. But the idea is that what I can do and what I continue to do is to give the tools to Lexi and give the tools to Eva and Emma and build something with these tools. And what we've done with Tez and I have done over the years, and with Ava as well, is give them the platform to sort of give your voice, give your vision, give your project the world, give it to the world and cultivate it. And that's what we kind of do. That's what we try to do. And at that time, I'm here with you every step of the way, and sometimes try to get out of the way because their visions are amazing and their work is amazing. So the idea is just to be there, to support, to teach, to train, and to prepare, because there's going to be setbacks and the world is not kind in that regard. So be prepared with your skill level to take on the best, but also understand you're going to take your shots and move forward in peace, in love, with a structured set of support. And that's what we do. So Tez, there's always more to do, but
Yes.
I cannot do it without the support that we've worked together with everyone in this group today, moving forward. It's a beautiful, blessed place. That's all I can say. And I'm fortunate to be part of this circle.
Thank you, George, dear beloved peace brother. And thank you to all of you. You know, we often hear our youth they're the future, but I want you to know they are also the current. I mean, the wisdom that our youth have is just phenomenal. So thank you to all of our student and youth reps here today. We love you, we support you, and we are so grateful for everyone.
Yeah, I just want to say same thing. I want to say God bless peace. It's wonderful. And Rebecca too, I want to include Rebecca into this.
Yes.
And also recognize Rick, who is here, who's given so much of his time to young people over the years to move them forward. And I'm a part of that circle. Rick, thank you for everything that you do.
Yes, Rick.
Right.
We love you. Thank you, everyone.
Wow. Okay, wait a minute. This is too good. This can't end here. Can you hear me, Hezekiah?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so a couple things, George. Oh my gosh. So thanks to Pathways to Peace for us getting introduced to these remarkable people. And I want to get beyond the kiddie table and them as youth. Each of them are geniuses unto themselves. And
They
we need
are.
to find a platform that really supports them. And when that song, It's a Million Dreams Are Keeping Me Awake, I couldn't wait to share what's obvious to us here, because it's a world that we design. So here's what we've been doing, George. I don't know if you know this, but there are mission leaders here in One World. And those youth can each put their missions forward here. And this is because everyone who's listening to them are so inspired, they want to stay connected. We just don't want a little dose of what they're doing. We want to get behind what they're doing and be supportive of what they're doing. So in one world, they can join, they can declare a mission. The mission can be supported by us as a community and embraced in the kind of the next generation of real mutual mentorship, so we can learn from each other and grow together. So it's just the obvious I just want to point to. That's the world that we design. It's oneworld.earth. I'll put the link in there.
Yeah.
We'll work with you to the degree you want to get your missions up and for people to find out about what you're doing, so we can start to be really peer-to-peer support for you, not just as youth, but for you as the individual geniuses that you are. Oh my gosh.
They
Yeah.
are incredible. And we will, George and I will support any of them that wish to do that. Yes, George.
Yeah, no, I just want to agree. I want to thank you for sort of extending that invitation, because there's such a wealth of knowledge here. And you saw it, you heard it between Catherine and Emma, Rebecca, Lexi, and Eva. So that's just the tip of the iceberg.
It is.
Wow.
And
Wow.
look forward to continuous conversation and providing being a part of that spark.
Yes.
Good to see you,
As a matter
George.
of fact, less than half of our next gen peace builders are here. Many were working. So I'm sorry I interrupted someone again.
Yes.
No, I was just saying it's so good to see you, George.
Everyone's so excited.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Yeah, we have to
I wanted to
talk
say
at
that
the same time.
I wanted to say that what we have witnessed today is part of our prophecies about the seventh generation, because there's seventh generation thinking. We have
Yes.
to think seventh generation ahead, but there's also the prophecy of the seventh generation. So what we've seen reflected here is happening in everywhere, all at once, among young people all over Mother Earth. And so the key now, we see this, is to unite all these many hoops of young people globally, so that all these different young people, as prophesied, come together, because we know they are those that will see beyond the dawn of this new global civilization we're witnessing now, that they will actually go into it deeply. And when they get old, probably live to 120 by then, 130, they will see a world as different as was for us that were born 80 years ago to see this world. So it's so exciting. So to say that, the only thing I want to say is this, that it's just a short journey. So enjoy it and take every moment and treasure it.
Yes, thank you. Good to see you too.
Yes. And we love all of you. Thank you for being here. If you can hang out, I'm speaking to our next gen peace builders. We'd love for you to hang out. If you can't, please take our love with you. So just very proud of you and love you so much.
Yeah, right.
Rick, did you want to say something,
Yes,
Mr.
please,
Olfick?
Rick.
I just wanted to say it's so good to see George. We did a lot of things together over the years, and it's been a little bit of time, and it's just so good to see you. And thank you for mentioning my name there, because it's so great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, Rick.
Very good, very good. Hey, listen, I want to show everybody one more time how easy this is to find out what's going on during Peace Week. So look, I go to peaceweek.org. And look, you see the schedule up here? Now, not only can I scroll down and see every event, you're not seeing it?
Yeah,
Okay,
we can see it.
Good, good, good. But look at this. If I go to schedule and I say, let me see by room, it's like 15 different rooms here. What does that mean? If I click on any room, let's just click on one, Healing for Rising. That page that you click on is going to give you a description of that room and then all the events happening in that room. So there's lots of ways to find your thread, design your way to participate during the upcoming 8 days. We'll go through the 23rd. So this is just right here on peaceweek.org. And the other thing we're encouraging you to do is get connected in one world. That's where we're continuing the conversation beyond Peace Week. I just wanted you guys to be reminded, go to peaceweek.org, find your way. You can easily add those events to your calendar. You'll get a notification, depending upon if you use your phone or however you manage your appointments. So we've made it as easy as we can, thanks to a lot of people who's organized these events. And we want you to know where you can go take advantage of the opportunity. All right, Becky, how are we doing?
We're doing well. Woo! I just want to remind everybody that calendar is still emerging. So when you go there, we're still working behind the scenes. We have an incredible team who are posting those. Well, the room stewards are stewarding the cards, the presenters are adding all the info in there, and that calendar is continuing to become. So if you go to a room and there's only one event, it may be that there's more events that are going to be listed there. So it's very exciting and co-creative to watch this this lotus blooming here out of this collective mud that we've been sharing.
It's like that. It's like that. Remember, so you got during Peace Week the opportunity to go to these different rooms, participate in these events, but also to bring your missions forward. We're even going to have an open space where even if you didn't get a chance to present, but you've got something you want to share. This is really radically collaborative. We're really looking to keep it as open as we can to make sure that all voices are welcome and heard here in the space.
And what's really, really remarkable is if we go back to 2020 when this process began, just 4 years ago, and to see where we've come in just a brief 4 years, and to see we're beginning to accelerate like a bill, I mean, like a what do we call those curves go straight up,
spiral?
No, it's the curve goes like a
Pattern of uplift.
yeah, well, anyway, it goes straight up
Wave.
like this. I used to know the name, my own mind. Anyway, we're here at this time when we're going to accelerate way faster than the last 4 years, let me put it that way.
Mm.
So we have from here, if you think about it, as we move toward 2030 or 2032, the acceleration we're going to see is much more profound. A parabolic curve. Parabolic curve goes up like this. And so if you can imagine, we're right here, we've hit this point right here as this parabolic curve goes up. That's where we're at, right there.
Right. And the opportunities, we've kind of developed this beat pulse around the seasonal equinox and events. So there's World Unity Week in June, followed by 99 days later, Peace Week, like we've done. We have Enlightening Our Way Together, hosted and led by the indigenous leaders. That happens in December around the equinox. And then we've got MLK, Beloved Community, in January and February, those two convergences with the 40 days of peace. So all of that's in one world. That's where Becky is right there. And that's Kara Stonehouse.
And with the flags of one family and Kara's beautiful creation. John, I wonder if before we hear from a few more mission leaders, I saw Erica, you had your hand up and we'd love to hear from you. I wanted to see if you wanted to tell the people who are new, who are finding our live stream, not only we've been showing you peaceweek.org, which is where you can find the calendar of events that's emerging. You can also join our Mighty Network. It's a freely given network of over 1,000 people who are believing in this new Earth rising. And we want to make sure you find your way into our Mighty Network. So John, I wondered if you would share just for a moment about the Mighty Network and how, I mean, we've been gathering there for nearly a year now, and actually a year this week, right? We started a year ago with it, and we literally have over 1,000 people now from all around the world. Many of us are peace builders, and we're finding each other. So you share about that. I think that would be great.
Yeah. No, thank you, because it's great to connect like this and have these experiences, but how do we stay connected? And how do we discover each other and learn about each other and discover what it is that we need, discover what it is that we have, and how do we turn what we have into what we need to get what we want? We're building a deep, beloved community of networks with a global influence. We're looking for behavior change at scale from social innovators. So there's a platform to do that. We've been watching the way social media works, and it's powerful and it can be toxic. So the thing about Mighty Networks that we love, and I'm going to show it to you, is that there's no algorithm intended to get you as a attention economy that's going to sell your time and energy on there to advertisers. There's no ads here, and you're not being sold to advertisers for your attention. That's one of the best things about Mighty Network, but everybody can connect up here. So if you look on the left, this panel, this whole navigation pane lets you move around. Look, you can see the members, and when I click, I can see who's online even now as this is happening. So this tells you a little bit about the network as a whole. But look, down here, we're right in the 99 days. We're in Peace Week. We've been talking about these missions. We're inviting the youth to come in here and they could put their missions up here. There's over 150 that have been declared. Each one of these, if I click on it, opens up. Look at this. This is not inspiring. On February 24th and 24, this is going to honoring the heart of Ukraine. This is work that's being done by Barbara Legere. Every mission has a plan, its objectives, as well as a call to action, how to get involved. So there's so many opportunities to make yourself known here, to discover each other. You can find out who else is in the network by going up here to see the members. You can find the folks that are near you. I mean, it's really brilliant. They've done a great job here. And this is a great space for us to get to know each other. We have this thing called the hub. The hub is wherever you're confused or need help or want support or get training, you go to the hub. Here you belong. That's what hub stands for. We've been using this, and we have here this whole learning section. You can say, well, I don't understand. What can I do here? Well, you could be a presenter in a convergence. You could be a room steward organizing these rooms that the presenters present in. You could be a mission leader. And each one of these different roles is an article about it, so you can get a better understanding of what we're talking about. There's even a whole learning associated with each role. There's a lot here. And the whole idea here is to create what we're calling an impact hub, a place that we can discover each other. And there's a whole little article here about what do we mean by empowering interconnected communities to unite. We don't want to be in silos. We don't want to create this world in which something happened over here in one platform like Hilo or one here on Facebook. How do we unite? How do we find a way to stay connected to each other? This is all spelled out here in really some detail. And I invite you to take a look and don't be afraid to ask questions. One of the most important things is to know that learning to learn requires it's okay not to know. We want a safe space. Someone said that they acknowledged it was a safe space. It's okay. We need that kind of trust. We need that place where there's integrity and transparency and accountability, and people know they can be vulnerable and real with each other. This isn't a fantasy. This is a time for us to get real and be there for each other. So, Becky, that's a little tour of One World. Add yourself to One World, and we'll build it together. All right.
So for those of you who are finding us online, though, we just want to make sure that you're finding us and joining us in the Zoom rooms. So on the calendar of events, you'll see Zoom links that you can join from 17, I think it is, different Convergence rooms starting today. And we want you to go to peaceweek.org and also to oneworld.earth, where you can join our mighty network. And we'll talk a little bit more about Room 1 and some of the other things that we have going. But I know Erica Kay is holding an incredible mission. And John, I know we wanted to hear from some of our mission leaders. So I'll pass it back over to you, John and Brother Phil, to share with our beloved here.
Yeah. Now, Erica, would you like to tell us about what your Peace Village is and the project you're working on? It would be great to hear from you.
Okay. Just making sure.
Spotlight you.
Just make sure that I'm unmuted, and I am. Can you hear me fine?
Yes, we can now.
Actually, tomorrow we'll be presenting Peace Village, and present in the room with us right now is Sally Burgess, the co-creator of the foundation. But I would like to speak to something else this morning, if that is okay with you.
Of course.
From 2013, I have been the international spokesperson for the LGBT community. And I want to speak to our youth, because that is also a great portion of the mission of the Most Perfect Love Foundation and Peace Village. Brother Phil, may I call you that? You spoke this morning and you mentioned the birth canal and the birthing process that we go through. I came in with memories that have been with me this entire human experience in life.
Yes.
And I'm just here to say, we are not our bodies. We are in a physical being, but what exists within that spiritual being is all knowing, all caring, all loving, all manifestation of a most perfect love, which is the creator of all things, always has been and always will be. Recently, I was asked, Erica, how old were you when you realized that you were in the wrong body? I have never realized I'm in the wrong body. I have always known and acknowledged that I'm in the perfect body to carry the divine message of love, a most perfect love, as a two-spirit being. So it's the perfect vehicle. And I want to encourage all of our young people around the world that we represent and work with. There is a presence and a power within you now. It is all knowing, all caring, all loving, all sharing, all giving, all that which is good and always has been. And that we are a powerful force to be able to create all that which is good and to bring peace on this earth. And that is done through a most perfect love. And I choose those words very carefully. I took my own life at 17 years old due to the pain of having been born as a two-spirit being and the condemnation and the judgmentalness and all of that that came with it. But it was a path I chose before coming to be able to carry this message of love and of peace and to become that which we wish to see on earth. You are loved. You are always loved. And that love is within you to find, to look deep within the being that we are. If you notice today, I represent the colors of my community. I am in my rainbow prayer shawl as I am in deep prayer and meditation for our community. We work around the globe and we work globally. We work with those in Uganda who are facing death sentences just for having been born the way that they are born. And I'm here to ask you to join with us in a prayer, a global prayer for our communities as well, because our communities are your communities. We are committed and connected to you. We cannot be separated. We have never been separated, and we will never be separated. And join us in a deep, compassionate prayer from our deepest beings, that the ugliness and the hate cease to exist. We recently incorporated the foundation as a church. I never dreamed for a moment that I would become ordained as a minister. Yeah, I have deep love. But we did that to be able to carry to the Supreme Court of the United States the message of religious freedom and the freedom of all beings to be respected in our country and to be recognized, because the laws that are being passed are based on misunderstanding of God and the Bible and the teachings, which have been used to control us, to condemn us, to judge us harshly, to kill us. And it must stop and it must come to an end, but not through violence, through peaceful action. And I've been given many, many gifts in my lifetime, my 73 years on this journey. And I wear many hats. And one of those is I studied constitutional law for 4 years. And I know enough about the law that we are entitled to the right of religious freedom. And if our beliefs tell us that God loves us and that we are part of the Holy Trinity, then we are. And that I know, that I know, that I know. Never been separated from God. God is within. That's a word I seldom use, but I'm using it here today. And asking you to join into our community just to honor and to pray for all of us within the community. Tomorrow I'll speak about Peace Village in detail. I never dreamed that we'd be taking on a mission like this, not at 73 years old, and having faced what I believed was the end of my life. And it's the spirit keeps speaking and says, no, you're going on. We have much to accomplish.
Yes. Yeah.
And to continue to do it. And thank you for the platform to be able to share this morning. I didn't plan to come here to represent our community today. I came here to introduce. But I'm watching children in our country who are having to live in areas where laws have forbidden them from getting the medical care they need to be their authentic self. And I want those youth to know as I know, that they are loved and they have an important role in our society and in our world, that they can grow up and feel safe, not bullied, but safe.
Yeah.
And we must stop these foolish laws from ignorance. And Shonda, you're up there. I see your picture. Thank you so much for supporting us and all that's happening.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Erica.
Yes. I just wanted to say that the depths of where you were speaking from, the understanding that each of us is a drop from the universal sea of consciousness and therefore related intimately. I believe it's down in that space, in the depths of oneness of our souls, that has no gender, has no ethnicity, has no class, has no race, but rather is a reflection of one as the creator. And I think that outwardly, these, as you so from your beautiful soul demonstrate, that outwardly, all these things in the physical world may seem like fire and vengeance in terms of who we may be, and whatever, how people might perceive our earth suit or how we relate to each other, whatever. But inwardly, it's purifying water. In that, this, by the way, I'm not saying to go along with injustice. I'm saying, though, when we get down to the essence of our soul, and we really begin to understand and feel and embrace every human soul, understanding that each of us is a sovereignty, ancient and perishable and everlasting, and we should embrace each other in that spirit and not allow anything, whatever it is, to any prejudice of any form is completely out of alignment of who we are, completely and totally out of alignment, whatever it is, because we are one heart spiritually, and at the essence of who we are, from the very essence that we've been from the very beginning of creation that has no beginning. And that's my perspective, sister, and thank you for sharing. And I think we just need to step in there. But to step in there means that we've got to let go of our whatever attachments we have. Like, for instance, I'm attached, whoever you're, a chief or you're a doctor, whatever, step into, or whatever we are, step into the reality we're one Holy Spirit together as one. And I think that's where we let go of all these things. I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm and so forth. We are holy and sacred beings.
Thank you. Yes.
That is where we need to come together at that place, in that moment, in that space. And I think that comes, by the way, it's not praying with our lips, but praying with our soul, with our heart, not our lips. And when we do that, we truly have communication with the holy power. And the holy power transforms the very essence and soul of who we are. So this was some thoughts, brother, that evoked by our beloved sisters, the pain that you go through because of the fact that your earth suit's not quite, doesn't look like somebody else's, your culture, your spirituality, your gender, your sexual orientation, all those, the thing is, we're one. And all these things are to teach us exactly this lesson, including what's happening in all the wars. And we will get through it. So thank you, sister. and also on behalf of all your community, all our communities.
One of our initiatives with the Peace Village and the foundation, there's many dimensions to this that you're going to hear over the next several days, but it's Promise Place School. In the United States today, we have over 4 million unaccompanied, unhoused youth on our streets. 60% of those youth are LGBTQ youth who have been rejected by their own families and thrown onto the streets, surviving any way they can. We're catching them as early as we can to bring them into a sacred, safe place to live. Not a shelter. Our shelters in the United States are not designed the way they are in other countries. They have to check in the morning. Check out first thing in the morning, check in and out in the afternoon. Check in the afternoon. I'm sorry. I'm sleeping about 2 hours a night these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they can't finish their educations. And we just heard these beautiful young people telling amazing stories and their visions and the work that they do with the United Nations. But without the educational possibilities, their lives become extremely dangerous. They turn to the sex trade, they turn to drugs, they turn to all of these things because of the pain that they're experiencing. And we're offering, through Promise Place School, a place to find love and acceptance and to finish their educations.
Erica, baby, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead because I know your heart, and let's give everyone else the energy to keep moving here. And I invite everyone to come and hear the presentation about this amazing Peace Village going up in Washington in the Gathering Convergence room tomorrow. I am Shonda. I'm the executive director of Earth Mother Network, and we were brought here. Chief Phil, I'll explain this to you later. We were brought to this circle by a post that we shared into our grandmother's group from Chief Phil that was about the hashtag in war, that he had declared a mission within Peace Week. And I went digging and explored that, and I ended up, and the man sitting next to him, this is a remarkable picture seeing this, the man sitting next here, and Becky and all the amazing people in this community is why we are still here. Mm-hmm. And I am brought to tears by the beauty of the consciousness and the growth and everything that has evolved here. And I'm going to move on because actually Text and our backs, we're behind scenes publishing a gathering board right now. So much love to y'all. Chief Phil, I was so honored to have you at our fire circle yesterday. Thank you so much. Thank you, Becky. Much love.
Honored to do so.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, when Erica was talking, reminds me of the words of James Baldwin. He said, everything that's faced can't be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. Mm-hmm. And we've got to keep growing our capacity to care and realize the hurts from you healing the hurts, right?
Yes.
And how hurting people hurt people.
Yeah.
We've got huge challenges in front of us, but together we are better. That's what's so clear here. That's what's so clear here. And we're building a pattern, a new way to uplift each other. Let's make sure everyone knows that they can put their missions forward here, and we're going to work together in unprecedented.
Yes.
It's so powerful. We're so grateful for everyone who's had time to share today and to hear from so many. And we're looking forward to all of these incredible presentations in Zoom rooms over the next 8 days. And we want to make sure that you record them too, so that you can have a life outside. Mookie, my dog, has something to say. You can hear him. And it's the top of the hour now. It's 6 o'clock. And I know we're getting ready to have a program in an hour that I'm going to go to, but I want to make sure to invite Scott to share, because he has a program later on this evening. We have 3 programs tonight that we're offering. Could you make Scott, can you make him a co-host? Can you make him a co-host, please, John, from your John Raymer? Thank you.
I will do everything I can from here. But
Thank you,
Scott's
John,
show
and
this
thank
afternoon.
you, Becky. Hey,
There
everybody.
he is.
Good to see everyone. Wasn't Tez and her tribe fantastic? I was so blown away by each of those young people that I actually have asked Tez if we can do an entire Awakening World Saturday night show just with her kids, because they were awesome. So, and that's what this is all about. We all discover each other. We're learning more. We're sharing each other's wisdom. And for the 4th year in a row, the Global Peace Tribe is supporting Peace Week by collaborating. And I'm really excited to remind everybody that I still need to, maybe if you make me a co-host.
Go ahead and just do it real quick. I just I changed.
There we go. Hey, there we go. Tonight, we will be, of course, dedicating the Awakening World to Peace Week and celebrating and previewing what's going to be happening. And we've got an amazing lineup of people. Becky will be my co-host, and Ben will join us when he can, once he arrives in British Columbia. And we've got amazing music. Kristen Hoffman is going to do our opening song. And I just am blessed that Chief Phil has agreed to do our opening prayer. So if you missed it or enjoyed his opening prayer just now, he's going to do one for us. We also have Gary Malkin and Omashar playing music, and Tatiana Speed, all sharing what peace means to them and musical offerings. We'll have Connie and Andrew, and hopefully any of you that are presenting at Peace Week, come into the Awakening World, let me know that you're a presenter, and I'll give you time to let our audience know what your presentation is going to be, when it's going to be, and everybody will get a little bit of airtime. We're also going to have a special preview of what Nassim Harriman did 2 years ago and what he's going to be doing in the future. So it's a very full show. We've got meditation, music, hopefully all of you joining us. I'll put into the chat box the best ways you can come on in. You can watch for free, or you can come on into our Zoom room, and I'll put that into the chat box. And what a beautiful global peace tribe we all are a part of. And John and Summer, Rick, we did a big show last week celebrating Rick and his amazing work that he does with 11 Days for Global Unity. Erica Kay, I've had her on the show, and she blew us all away with her amazing story and her history of activism when it was not easy to be an activist, let alone all the things that she faced. So I have such tremendous love and respect for each and every one of you. And let's have a wonderful Peace Week. And I look forward to hopefully seeing all of you tonight on the Awakening World.
Thank you, Scott, for your generous spirit, for always helping cross promote and support everyone doing exactly what we're here to do together.
Yes,
A beautiful, shining example.
And I want to say too, Brother Scott, that I really want to thank you from the depths of my heart and soul for the tremendous dedication you demonstrate to unify the human family and to walk through what you've gone through the last years, especially the loss of your beloved one, and with this continual love and care and affection. And I think that you really are a real role model. I kind of see you as this really loving elder energizer bunny. But very soft and tender. But you just kind of, on one hand, you have such a love. On the other hand, boom, 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 boom. Here I am over here, over in Sedona, boom, boom, boom. I'm here in California, boom, 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 boom.
Takes
So-
one to know one, brother Phil.
Yeah, that's true. It's very
Here's the
true.
Mirror.
You got it, brother. You got it.
We're doing what we love and we're of service. That keeps us young. That's where that energy comes from. I have compassion for people that don't have that sense of service right now. And so they get tired. But when we are being, my mentor, Marshall Rosenberg, said, the greatest joy in life is being of service to others. The greatest tragedy in life is not knowing that.
Beautifully said.
I really believe, brother, that we're in a time when we're beginning to understand spiritually that work and service of the human family is prayer. It's the highest form of prayer.
Yes.
It's the highest form of prayer.
Mhm.
Because not only are we praying with our lips and heart, we're praying with our actions simultaneously because we're putting our prayer into action. That's why our work has been uplifted in service to the human family. We have to understand to the level of prayer.
Yeah, beautiful. Hey, Becky, I'd love to close with a transformance when we're ready here, okay? This is a
Okay.
beautiful one. Gary,
Yes,
Malcolm,
yes.
and Sarah have done. They're amazing.
I will
But I don't want
cue
to
that
close
up.
too soon. Is there someone who you want? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have Rick.
Rick wants-
Let's have Rick. Yes. Here you go, Rick. And then I'll pull up the transformance, John, and we can close.
I have it. I have a cue to go.
Oh, you've got it. Okay. All right. Great.
Great. Wow, this has been really incredible and good to see you, Scott. And yes, we had a great show right before the start of 11 Days of Global Unity, and then each of the things going on is just magnificent, and I wish you a lot of luck tonight, Scott.
Thank you. And I'm
your-
going to put the link to the show we just did last
Yes.
week into the chat box. So anybody who missed it can watch it because it was a great, really
Yeah.
powerful. Jonathan Granoff and what he shared.
I know. He was incredible, right? And so I'll just quickly mention some of the things that are coming up with us for 11 Days of Global Unity. And first, I want to express deep gratitude to you, John, and Becky, and Ben, and everyone who's coming together to create this amazing convergence. So we are observing the annual 11 Days of Global Unity, September 11th to the 21st, which is the International Day of Peace. And of course, it's honoring Peace Week, but also Climate Week and the campaign Nonviolence March, which is starting September 21st and going to October 2nd. So during 11 days, we're featuring visionary leaders and activists, interactive sessions, and calls to action. And you, all of you, are invited to each of the 11 Days Summit panel broadcasts. They're happening every day from September 11th through the 21st at 12 noon Eastern Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then you can join a community discussion about the theme focused on each of these panels. So just quick examples. We had Deborah Moldau, Dot Maver, and Sharon Ria speaking on unity, a very amazing panel. Then economic justice with Steve Farrell from Humanities Team, and Larry Clay and Jack Strasberg. Coming up is Women with Sandy Hart and Jumana Risk. Freedom with Kurt Johnson, Rian Eisler, and Larry Clay. Disarmament with Jonathan Granoff and Rivera Sun, who's part of the campaign Nonviolence movement. And lastly, peace with Ambassador Anwar Chowdhury and Audrey Kitagawa. So all of these panels are co-hosted by myself and Jana Larson. And we're also inspired by Paul Slatkus and Good News Broadcast, the producer of this incredible annual Times Square event, live in the center of the universe, right? Times Square, celebrating Peace Day, 11 Days of Global Unity, and so many other amazing partners. And the last thing I want to talk about is Unity Earth, the Sign Network, and We the World are also co-producing a World Peace Concert September 23rd at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So doing this all together, it's all about we, right? So let's expand that cultural shift towards unity and we consciousness, so we can go from a me society, right, to a we society. And that's why we launched we.net. So much love and thanks to you all.
Oh,
thank you.
Beautiful, Rick. Yep. Oh, thanks for the years and years of steadfast commitment we have. There's so much. And we're evolving. We want to do these panels with breakout rooms and get people engaging and making the kinds of commitments we need to move forward, these projects and missions that are putting forward. So thank you for your leadership and stewardship, and it's an honor to be a part of this. All right. What else, Becky?
You know what we need, thank you so much, Rick. What we need to share is that the Unity Earth television broadcast begins on Tuesday. And so we're so grateful to Hubcast Media and the team at Hubcast, who will be supporting what is emerging in Room 1 with many programs from around the world that will be part of the Unity Earth television and the Room 1 programming. And so Ben isn't here, so I just wanted to make sure to honor that, because I know that he's going to hopefully be talking about that tonight on the Great Awakening, and so I just wanted to remind us of that before we have our chance moments.
Yeah, I mean, just to make that clear, each of us can step up and evolve what we're doing, and Unity Earth is evolving to Unity Earth TV in partnership with a bunch of us and Hubcast. So this is our growth and development here, and I love this. As Gary and Sarah did these spontaneous transformances. And here's one I think really well suited to us at this moment. So I'm going to play it right here. 2 minutes.
Let's close our time together with a moment of silence. Listening in to each other. Being present with each other. Feeling the unity in amongst our beautiful diversity. And let's face forwards as we move on to our next engagement. Taking with us the essence of this experience, so that it may live on. As we continue moving through life, creating new experiences. and building on what we've done together today.
Thank you, Brother Phil.
Oh,
Thanks for all the stuff you've done for so
Yep.
many right here together.
well,
Thank you, everybody.
and the
Thank
thing is, you know, brother,
Mm.
we haven't had breakfast yet. We haven't had breakfast yet. We're just getting started.
There you go. I know.
I mean, we're just getting beginning
Here we
there.
go. Beautiful, beautiful, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence. Share what's going on. Let your friends and family know there is a place. We're coming together.
Oh,
Oh, all right.
Combate.
Combate.
Gambate.
Combate. All right. Bye for
Blessings,
now.
everyone. We'll see you in May Peace Prevail on Earth Room in just a little bit over an hour. I put the link in the chat. You can find it on peaceweek.org on the schedule. See everybody soon.